Hello again. Now the main stories in London. Police are preparing a search for the remains of a missing student from Thames Valley University after an alleged confession to her murder by serial killer Levi Belfield. The former nightclub bouncer told detectives that he'd hidden the body of Elizabeth Chow in Woodland in West London 24 years ago. Chow was last seen walking past Ealing Police Station in April 1999 on her way home from university. The Metropolitan Police say they are in contact with Elizabeth's family. The second day of rail strikes has led to a severely reduced service in and out of the capital today. Express trains to Heathrow and Gatwick have been cancelled, while South Eastern, South Western, Southern, LNER and Thameslink services are all running a reduced timetable this evening. This comes as members from the ASLEF union and the RMT strike over pay and conditions. Hundreds of people in Orpington joined a protest against the planned Euless expansion today. The ultra-low emission zone covers the majority of London, but in August it will expand to all 32 boroughs, including Bexley and Romilly, meaning drivers of older vehicles would have to pay £12.50 a day to drive within the zone. Sadiq Khan says the expansion is necessary to stop up to 4,000 Londoners dying prematurely from toxic air every year. Our reporter Natalia Hokera takes up the story.
Tractors, motorbikes and hundreds of furious motorists gathered in Orpington to protest against the Euless expansion. Demonstrators here say the expansion is unfair on locals in the outer suburbs. Denise Hodge runs Foal Farm, a charity animal rescue centre. The expansion means they'll have to pay thousands of pounds, which she says they just don't have.
With the Euless coming in, our current ambulance vehicle isn't compliant. So, we'd be forced to pay the charge every day that we use our ambulance. We use the ambulance almost every day. We take animals to the vets for either routine operations, such as neutering, or for medical emergencies. And we also use the animal ambulance to collect animals from rescue missions, where we're saving animals from abuse and neglect, where they've been left in horrible environments.
Now Denise and her team feel they have no other choice than to try and raise £25,000 in order to buy a Euless compliant ambulance.
The Mayor's office remains firm in the need to expand the Euless zone in order to tackle air pollution. Here in Bromley alone, it's estimated that around 200 people die each year prematurely because of toxic air. But there are those that believe that the expansion has nothing to do with clean air.
The air quality around here is really, really good. You can look at the independent Jacobs report and that tells you all about it. The people around here are really, really hurting. That's why you've got this protest today, because everybody knows somebody that's impacted by it, whether it's teachers, nurses, doctors, social workers. There's so many of our key services that rely on people coming into work outside of normal times that are dependent upon their cars.
From the 29th of August, the Euless zone will cover all 32 London boroughs. However, 5 London councils have launched legal action against London Mayor Sadiq Khan, attempting to get the plans scrapped. Environmental issues have never been more important, but campaigners here don't believe the expansion is the best way to tackle London's air pollution problem. Natalia Hokera, ITV News.
The England lioness Beth Mead has been at the South Bank today, where she met the game's rising stars and offered them some free coaching. The England champion, who's recovering from an injury, brought the FIFA Women's World Cup trophy along to coach children and encourage more young people to take up the sport. Beth says having a role model is incredibly important.
Seeing the World Cup trophy here, it's inspiring for the girls to see what they could aspire to try and win. I'm still trying to do that myself, but yeah. Amazing prospect for the young girls to see that here today, see it in London and know that they could be in for a chance to play in a World Cup and be inspired again.
Time for the weather now. Here's Kerrie Gosney.
Feels like home, whatever the weather. Valent Boilers and Heat Pumps sponsors ITV London Weekend Weather.
Hello, very good evening to you. Hope you're enjoying your weekend so far. Struggling a little bit with cloud amounts at times today, and if anything, reforming across many parts of the region overnight. But it should stay dry for most of us as we head into Sunday, and it will feel quite nice and warm in any sunshine, and we're expecting a little bit more than we had across the region today. So a dry Sunday, but we have got this weather front approaching from the northwest. It will unsettle things by the very end of the day tomorrow, and then behind it being a drier and a fairly quiet story as we head into the bulk of next week. So overnight tonight, we just see the cloud reforming. It's a mostly dry night. The winds are light, nothing too chilly, some mist and fog patches possible, and overnight lows of maybe around 5 or 6 Celsius in rural spots as we head towards dawn. Don't be too disappointed with the cloudy skies first thing tomorrow. It's another mainly dry day, and we are hoping that the cloud will lift and thin. And despite the risk of 1 or 2 showers, which could be on the heavy side, many places will have a dry and a bright Sunday afternoon with some warm sunshine if the blue sky comes through. And 21, 22, if we get to the 22, certainly the warmest day of the year so far with light winds. Then we've got that weather front. It's going to approach from the northwest, bring some cloudy skies, some showery outbreaks later tomorrow into the early parts of Monday before clearing. And then Monday itself will be sunshine and scattered showers. High pressure trying to build from the west throughout the coming few days, so settling things down. A few rogue showers on Tuesday perhaps, but mostly dry by midweek on Wednesday. A breezy start to the week, but the winds easing and temperatures pretty much around average for the time of year.
Valent sponsors ITV London Weekend Weather.
That's all from us for now. I'll be back with the national news at 10:20 tonight. Until then, whatever you're doing, have a good evening. Goodbye.